Hi everyone, it is Anthony back with another video here on single and placing, and as you can see, my hands are moving pretty quick, and the reason for that is I'm actually doing a kitting up in this video, getting everything prepared for this year's Summer with the Masters event. This kit is from Uniquely Yours Down Under, and it is the Red Gate of Hongo in Snow. This is a 1926 piece, so falls within that Old Masters category, and this is by Hiroaki Takahashi. This is let me just confirm my size here, this is a 90 by 60 square drill canvas, and it's on poured glue, and this canvas did come with the optional ABs that Uniquely Yours Down Under does offer. So I did a full unboxing of this in a previous video, so please feel free to hop over there and take a look at the unboxing. But today I essentially wanted to share with you my kitting up process and just kind of walk you through what I do, and also call out some things that I was noticing about the canvas as I was working through kitting up this, what I hope to be a project that can last me through Summer with the Masters. That's an event held by Diamonds and Washi and Tiny Worlds of Wonder, so you can hop over to those channels to learn a little bit more about the event, but it essentially celebrates older artwork and older pieces that fall within the public domain, so anything created on or before the year 1926. So this one's right on the line there, so just kind of went into public domain here in the US. So we can use that artwork freely without having to worry about trademark or licensing or that type of thing. And so this is just an event to kind of celebrate that artwork and maybe learn a little bit about some older artists. I definitely had never heard about this artist until I was browsing on Uniquely Yours Down Under, and I decided to go ahead and snatch it up because I really like this style of artwork. So anyway, this kitting up process is not going to be in order of what's happening because a lot of it is very repetitive, and I ended up going ahead and doubling the speed on it as well because it was quite the long kitting up process. So I just wanted to walk you through everything, let you know kind of what my process looks like, and once again just call out anything I was noticing about the canvas and the kit in general. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening here and what you're seeing here in double time. Right now I am opening each of the bags of colors by their order on the legend, which was also done, I believe, in the order of the DMC code, so lowest to highest. So I did my best to kind of show everyone my process, but it ends up getting pretty repetitive, so there's things that I might have skipped for certain colors or certain drills, that type of thing. But what you see before you is your baggies of drills. This canvas did come pre-bagged, so you could absolutely work right out of those. They're pre-labeled bags, but I tend to use the containers. I find the bags to be a little bit flimsy, and they tend to sometimes leak drills through the zipper, sometimes if you don't zip it up properly, and it just ends up being a little bit fussy. I had one other kit that had these bags, and I immediately moved them into the containers. I picked up this large 120 piece container set from Amazon, and so it holds 120 drill containers, and I feel like it does a pretty good job of absorbing small to medium large kits. Anything that's extra large, I have a custom that's 120 by 100. I had to get a third or kind of a half set, another 60 to make that work. So it takes care of the majority of kits unless you're getting really big. I also have with me some stickers that came with this kit, as well as some extras that are just those yard sale price stickers that you can get at the store as backups in case I run out. This is a kit that one side of it is new, those containers are new, the other side are reused, and if you look closely you can even see some of the residue left behind from previous stickers. But what I'm going through is I have my little funnel right there. I think I spilled some drills. You can see me working to pick them up. I think I spilled like 8 or 10 of them, and I was like, oh, we're off to a great start. And you'll see some moments here and there of some frustration because there was just a lot going on that day. I had, and we'll get to it, I had a couple of initial concerns about the kit, but we'll also talk about the response I got from Uniquely Yours Down Under on that. I just like to be as transparent as possible in what this process looks like from the time I opened up the kit to the time it is complete. Just my experiences, so you have a clear understanding of what you might expect when working with a particular company, both from a quality standpoint and a customer service standpoint. So anyway, back to this. So as you can see, I'm using that funnel, selecting the color or the right bag, and then doing my best to funnel those into the containers and properly label them. I'm labeling them with the number that's associated with them, 1 through, I believe this was, I think I want to say 43 colors. I'll have to put that in a title card. Or I guess I could, I don't have it because it's not on the, let me see if I can just peek real quick in my closet. Stay with me. I'm reaching, hold on. I'm reaching. It looks like we have, oh my gosh, it doesn't even say on the canvas. Okay, I'll enter it in I'll put a title card with the number of colors. But we've got the colors there, we've got the containers there, I'm funneling them in and labeling them. Some of the bags obviously are a little bit larger, so we're doing multiple containers of a single color. So something to keep in mind there is, that we'll have several of a single color. And as you can see here, I started to fuss with the camera because I wasn't quite happy with the angle and what we were catching. So let me go ahead and fuss with this for a little minute, and then it's going to cut off and we're going to transition into the next video, because eventually I just cut this off, gave up, and said, Anthony, you're frustrated. You need to take a breath and try again. So one moment while I fix that. All right, so we went ahead and got the camera slightly more situated. Not quite perfect. I'm still figuring out those camera angles and improving as we go, but this was the kind of first time that I've done something long and silent, and what I'm thinking I might do next time is put my ring light and my camera on the other side of the table so you're looking at it from the other side, and then when I edit it, I will flip it around so it looks like it's right side up, and then you'll be able to see my hands and the workspace, and we won't be at this slightly odd angle, because essentially I'm sitting dead center, so you have to be off askew just a little bit. But continuing on, as you can see, I'm using that pink funnel to funnel in those drills as we go, and then I'm hand writing those labels with the number that it appears on the kit, as well as the DMC number. And that's usually how I work with my canvases, is I'll verify the symbol and the DMC code, and then I'll snag that out of the container. And that's worked pretty good so far. My only worry would be any canvases that have a ton of colors. And I got a little bit tripped up because you notice that I kind of took a closer look and peeled back that adhesive. One of the things that I did notice with this canvas is there was some stains, or it looked like a fluid, whether that be a drink or something in manufacturing, had spilled on the canvas. It's not super intense. It looked almost like a little bit of juice or something, or like almost like a little bit of dried tomato juice or something had gotten on the canvas. And so I was trying to inspect that. I'm pointing out where I'm seeing some other looks like stains or spills underneath the plastic. So I was just pointing those out, like, oh, hey, you don't really notice that in an unboxing because you're standing up. But when I really was getting close with those drills and organizing, I noticed that there was some stains there. You might even see me snap a couple pictures of those because I wanted to share that with Uniquely Yours Down Under. Not necessarily to complain, because overall the canvas quality, symbol clarity, everything looked really good. I was just, from an appearance standpoint, thought that it might be something that would be worth knowing, for, future productions of either this canvas, or to let their manufacturer know that there might be some issues. I also noticed a number of little dust particles and bits and debris and little black spots and stuff that were stuck underneath the plastic cover out and around and on the canvas. So I don't think it impacted the stickiness, and if it did, I'll go over it with a little wipe or something just to get that up, and that adhesive should dry sticky again. So not a huge concern, but it is something I did notice. And to be honest, in the moment I was like, oh man, that's kind of a bummer, but it's totally serviceable, and I reached out to Uniquely Yours Down Under via email before recording and posting this, and they're going to make sure that they inform their manufacturer, that way they can be on the up and up with them, so no issues there, just something I thought I'd call out because I want to be, once again, as transparent as possible with my experience here. So let's go ahead and continue on with what I'm doing here. You'll notice that I'm cutting little sheets of something and doing something with them. That is a little bit of a dryer sheet. These drills, when I was removing them from the bags the first couple of times, were very staticky and liked to stick extremely sticky to the sides of the bags and then the sides of my funnel when I was working with them. So I think I'm looking at that stain again. Like, I don't know if I just couldn't get over it for a minute there, but I ended up moving on. Or maybe I was looking for any spilt drills. I did my best to pick up any loose drills. There was some loose drills just from the packaging, you know, from opening the box in transit. I think they might have come loose, or they didn't make it all the way into the bag when they were getting weighed out. So I was trying to hunt and peck for those. I think I ended up with less than a dozen of them at the end of the day. But as you can see, I'm placing that dryer sheet right into the bag itself, giving that a really good shake, and then dumping that into the funnel, tapping that through into my container, sealing that container up, and then grabbing my sheet and using the corresponding DMC code and the number it is on the legend. So 1 through however many colors that is. I want to say there's like 43 colors or something along those lines. They don't have it listed on the canvas, and the drills are tucked away under my bed in a Ziploc bag. So I just continue to rinse and repeat with this process, just really shaking those drills to get that static out. Some of the larger bags that we'll see later on, I have to put a larger dryer sheet in. We might even have to cut through that part where I was like, I need to go get, I think I was trying to like figure out what to do with such a big bag of drills, because those small dryer sheets, they were just not getting any of that static out. But yeah, this is my kitting up process. You can't quite see it, but sometimes, oh yeah, you can. I'll line up multiple containers, that way I can just tap all those drills through. Some of those really big bags, I'll have like 6 or 8 containers in a row, and I'm just filling them kind of, you know, a warehouse style or factory style, just to get them filled up. And then sometimes I have to refill that that funnel multiple times. So one thing that I noticed is I love the color palette for this canvas. It's a lot of these icy blues, kind of snow colors, and then some really great deep and bright reds that are in that that actual gate itself. And like I said, if you want to see that canvas completely clear, it'll be fairly clear towards the end here. You'll also be able to see it on the unboxing, which was posted this past Tuesday, a couple videos ago, I believe. So go ahead and take a look at that. But this is just a really interesting piece of artwork that's got this amazing Japanese-style gate with a couple people walking in front of it, and then a rickshaw with someone pulling it. And then in the background, you have this lovely, like snow-covered trees and beautiful white sky, snow-covered roof, and snow-covered ground. So it's a very white, heavy canvas with just a wonderful amount of kind of detail there with the gate. So very, very happy with what I'm seeing so far. Before I haven't even placed a drill on it. I'm not going to start that till June 1st, but this was all in hopes to get things kind of prepped and ready. That way I can just grab this kit and go and be ready to rock and roll at the beginning of the event. So I just finished up Midnight Laundromat from Diamond Art Club in Ivy Dollamore, and now I'm working on a custom canvas that I ordered quite a while ago from Paint with Diamonds. It's a 120 by 100 massive custom canvas of an image I took while we were out camping a couple of summers ago. So you may see that in a whip and chat here soon, because I've got a couple weeks without a event or what I'm calling like a side kit, a side kit that I do when I'm not doing that large custom, because I intend that giant custom to take me probably the rest of the year, if not going into next year, because it's very confetti heavy, very big, and it's a lot. I can only do so much at a time before I want a more traditional kit. So you will see it probably until we start Summer with the Masters, because it's the only thing I have open right now. I almost considered cracking open another kit to work on until Summer with the Masters, but I get scared about having 3 kits open at one time because I'd have my red gate of Hongo, the one that you're seeing here. I'd have my big old custom and the one that I did in between the event. So I think I'm just going to stick with the big custom and just kind of tough it out for a couple of weeks until Summer with the Masters starts. But I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, very happy with the drill quality. Seemed fine aside from that static. I had no real issues. I didn't see like a ton of knobbly bits or extra pieces or, you know, misshapen drills or anything like that in the time that I messed with them. But I really did see quite a significant amount of static, so that is something to keep in mind. Having that dryer sheet on hand was very helpful. I've seen other people also use kind of the static spray that you use, you know, pre-ironing or post-ironing clothes. I don't know exactly how to use that successfully. I was like, maybe you spray it into the canister, but then I'm like, wouldn't all your drills fly everywhere? So if you have any tips on using alternative anti-static methods other than dryer sheets, let me know. The only downside to using the dryer sheets is now all my drills smell like that fresh, clean scent, which is fine for a short period of time, but it almost got a little bit sickly to me by the time I finished this entire kit. Just that intense, like, fresh, clean breeze scent for, you know, an hour, that really strong scent. It was on my fingers, it was in the canisters, on the drills, so I'm hoping that that dissipates as I paint with, and as I utilize the drills, because I don't know if I could do that for a full 2 months. So other tips, other things that I was seeing with this kit, nothing too crazy. You know, it all moved rather smoothly. The only other thing that I want to call out, and once we're done kind of talking about this process, like I said, it is pretty repetitive. I'll probably finish up the last little bit of this with just kind of a little mini, we're kind of doing a kitten chat. I'll give you some updates on some pretty big news that's happening with me. But the thing that I did notice, and I'll call back to it once we get there, is the AB usage in this canvas. Now, like I said, with Uniquely Yours Down Under, you have the option to select traditional drills, no ABs. You have the option to select ABs to be included. It's 2 to 6 ABs depending on the type and size of your canvas. That's all kind of predetermined. So you don't really know it until you'll get it, you know, the amount, but that really wasn't an issue for me. As you can see right there, I put the dryer sheet back in the container because those drills stayed extra staticky in that bag. So just something to be aware of. That particular color, I'm not sure if that's 666, but one of the reds in this kit was just a little bit more staticky than some of the others, and also the ABs, but that's kind of their nature. But anyway, they charted out the ABs. There was 4 ABs in this kit. The first 3 seemed pretty normal. That one of them's kind of one of the blue colors. 2 of them were some of the reds that are going to go in the gate. But they charted all of the B5200, all of the white, which you can see is a huge portion of this canvas. It's the check mark symbol here. All in white B5200 AB. And we'll get to the bag, how big it was. I hid it off camera because I wanted to kind of surprise everyone with the size of it. But it is a ton. I'd say it's probably half of this entire canvas would be white ABs. And so for this style of artwork, I think it might be a little bit overkill. I think it might bling it out too much and go from a highlighting to being the majority of the focus of the canvas. And I think it would be even hard to kind of kind of hold your eye to one particular area or really see the total picture, because the whole thing would just be this like big, bright, iridescent piece, you know? So it's not my personal style, and I just don't think it's an accurate reflection of, you know, maybe what this style of artwork would be. I think it would be nice to sprinkle in the ABs into the snow to give it a little bit of twinkle here and there, but to have that entire thing just be one wash of ABs seemed a little excessive. So I reached out to Uniquely Yours Down Under after I did my unboxing and was kind of left a little flabbergasted by it, and they were so gracious and so kind. I think I was working with Jenny or Jennifer, and she was like, absolutely no worries. You know, let us know what you want to do. Do you want us to send you out some regular B5200s to go ahead and work into the canvas? Do you want to just kind of try it out and see how it goes? Like, we're willing to send you out those drills. That way you can kind of mix them with the ABs or replace them, you know, for the ABs. And she said that they're still working with that manufacturer to kind of come to a happy medium, but they kind of lean maybe a little bit AB heavy, which is no problem for the most part, especially on most kits that aren't going to have such a high number of what is typically a highlight color. You know, you typically don't see a canvas that's got just a ton of white everywhere, background, foreground, detail. So I totally understand. This is probably kind of just a weird canvas to try to work out. So I think they're gonna go ahead and send me some of those traditional or regular drills so I can mix them with the ABs. What I'm thinking I'll do is do like, because it's by weight, right? So depending on how much they decide to send me, I might just cut it in half and do half the bag of ABs and half the bag of normal, or 3/4 normal and 1/4 AB, and just mix them together and then just let them fall onto the canvas and fall into my tray kind of randomly, rather than trying to be really strategic, because it's snow, you know? It doesn't need to be like a complete checkerboard, but I also want more than just like 5 or 6, so I think I'm just gonna let the randomness of it all decide, but I definitely want some normal B50-200 mixed in there. So yeah, that's kind of the only thing, and we'll get to it once I finally get to those ABs. I think I did those last because they're last on the legend. But yeah, the customer service was excellent. I actually got a chance to watch Rose from the team there at Uniquely Yours Down Under. She did a live kind of guest appearance on Nick's Notions, or Nyx's Notions, or Nyx's Dark Skies live, her live event that she did this past Saturday. So I got to hear her just talk a little bit about autism awareness and autism education, essentially educating yourself on, you know, how to approach the subject, how to be respectful, and how to come from a place of knowledge and understanding when it comes to that topic. So it was really interesting, and I only caught a little bit of it because my mom had her birthday party that same night, so I kind of caught the beginning of the intro, and then as they were kind of doing the last 10 to 30 minutes, and then I was and then they kind of ended the live, or ended the interview portion, or the guest appearance portion. So, but it's still very, very good information to hear, and something that I think is really needed in the community. So I really appreciated that, and it made me even more comfortable, or made me even more confident in knowing that I was going to be receiving you know, a kit from this company, from someone that really seems to have a lot of heart and passion in everything that they do, whether it be owning their own business or talking about, you know, their family structure and that type of thing. So it was just really interesting, and it made me comfortable reaching out to the company with the things that I was noticing, and know that I would get an honest, you know, and kind response back. So absolutely no issues there. I'm really looking forward to opening a second kit that I purchased from Uniquely Yours Down Under that isn't event related, but I'm going to continue to tease that until the actual unboxing, because I'm very, very excited to share that one. So that's kind of it for this kit as far as, you know, what I'm doing. You can see I'm still going strong with those dryer sheets, just working through color by color, kitting this up, going number by number as well. At one point, like I said, I do get up. I don't know when that will be, and I don't want to miss it, but I will get up at a certain point to snap some photos of the stains that I was seeing, so I could send those over to the company should they ask for it, which they did, and I'm glad that I was able to provide that for them just so they could kind of see. And like I said, very minimal, just kind of like a pinkish red little blotch, a couple blotches around the edge of the canvas, and then you can see it run into the adhesive. But I tested the stickiness of the adhesive. It didn't seem like it had negatively affected that, and Uniquely Yours Down Under was very responsive, very kind, and I think they're going to hop on that issue pretty quickly. So yeah, big news. I don't know if this is it's news enough to take up half of the recording time. I'm looking at the timer right now. We're at about 24 minutes into a 47-minute video, so we've got about We've got about 20 minutes to talk, so but I'm gonna announce it, and who knows, maybe I will be able to talk about this for 20 minutes, or I might just make this quadruple speed. Who knows? But I will be the proud owner of a puppy as of Friday. His name is Apollo, and he is a half Siberian Husky, half Malamute. This past Sunday, I was just talking with my buddy, and I've been wanting a dog for years and years, but my excuse for not getting one was always that I don't have a yard. Oh, are we getting to those ABs? No, that's not the ABs. That is, sorry, those are, it's kind of hard to tell from here. They look like a pure white. That is almost kind of like an icy blue, like an icy green. Very interesting color, and I love it. I love that color. It's like a nearly white, but it's just got this frost to it. I think that's going to look incredible on this canvas, and there's plenty of it. So you can see I grabbed that larger dryer sheet, and I'm doing my best to kind of shake it up in there. I think I did a fairly decent job, and you can see all the containers I have lined up. Let's watch together and see how I kind of line them up. Tap, 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 wait till it stops pouring, and then move to the next one. Tap, 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 stop, lift, tap, tap, tap. I do that over and over again until the thing's empty. Now, that can bite me in the butt sometimes because I lift it too soon and the drills haven't stopped coming out, thinking I can quickly switch it over, and then I end up with a table or a canvas covered in drills. So I try to be careful, but then sometimes I just have a lapse in judgment and I end up with just a whole pile of drills that I need to pick up. And I think that might either has already happened in this video, so if you caught it, congratulations, or it's on the horizon. But I remember being frustrated at one point because I had a lot of, I think, blue drills all over the table that I had to work on. So, and as you can see, for each of the containers, I'm handwriting the number in which it appears in the DMC code, which it gets a little bit tedious. I've seen a lot of people just do one container of each color and then store away the rest of the drills. I suppose I could do that, but I think I start to worry that, okay, now my drills are in even more places and even more spread out. So I'd rather just have them all together in a home, even if that means I need to buy more of these container sets, drink of water, and just have them all together. I don't know if that's just a part of me just, being tedious about things, but I like having everything kind of out in front of me. And I like the progress of emptying a container and peeling off that sticker and knowing that that one's done, and then kind of shrinking down to like one set of containers, or from 2 sets to 1 set, or from 3 sets to 2 sets. I like that feeling of progress of emptying them and putting them aside. So anyway, puppy time, puppy time. So I've wanted a puppy for a long time, never decided to do it because I didn't want to put a dog in a situation where I was in an apartment or I didn't have easy access to a yard or where they could go to the restroom and play. So especially as a puppy, being in an apartment up several floors, you have to be able to pick them up and run them outside to help to potty train them. And it's hard to do that if you've got the flights of stairs and whatnot. So I didn't necessarily want to do the puppy pads, even though I think that's a valid option for people in urban areas, or if you don't have access to outdoors, readily access to train. So I just was waiting. And also it's a big responsibility, and there's lots of reasons, nervousness about training, that type of thing as well. I want to make sure that I can be the best dog dad that I can be. So I've definitely gotten into a really good groove with work. I feel comfortable and confident there. I'm in a house now that's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath upstairs, and then the second unit downstairs, it's like a split level home, is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and the owner lives down there, and then I live upstairs with my roommate, and then I've got my 3rd bedroom up here, which is where we're in today, in the craft room. And we've got a big old backyard. I'm looking out over the covered patio. We just built some garden boxes, and I've got a big old backyard. It even has a few steps down into kind of like this side driveway, but it's kind of cement/dirt, and it's almost kind of like a recess down in. It's about 3 car lengths long, and it's kind of a recess. So it's a very big space, plenty of room back there. And so I was talking with my friend about how I just finally need to get a dog of my own, because I am the resident dog watcher. I am the resident dog uncle. I love a lot of my friends' pets more than I love them, and they know that, and I'll say it to their face, but I'm a dog lover, especially my best friend Alex. He's got a husky named Maverick, and so I've been around that dog since he was a puppy, about, I think he's 8 or 9 years old now, and kind of helped him along since he was a pup. So I think, I have some pretty good aptitude. What you're seeing right now, you just saw there, is I had a little bit extra in a fourth container, so I just filled up the other three. That way I didn't have four containers. I'll do that sometimes if I know I can really get them in there, but I try not to overfill my containers, because when I go to work from them later on, it can be a pain trying to like get them filled back up again, because you're going right up to the brim. So I try not to do them like till they're compacted in there. I like to leave a little bit of space to work with the funnel at the top of my containers. But anyway, so I was always afraid of huskies. I didn't think that that would be the dog breed that would be right for me growing up, until I met Maverick, or even as an adult, until I met Maverick. And he's just such a chill dog. Well, I mean, for a husky, he's just wonderful. He's incredibly smart. He's incredibly kind. He gets along with pretty much every other dog and dog breed. There's only been a couple of times where he's gotten like defensive or aggressive, but I think it was usually, provoked. But he's just so curious, and he's vocal, and like he's just like a little human. He reminds me more of a cat than some cats do to me. So I kind of fell in love with the dog breed and Maverick in general. So I kind of knew, for the past probably 5 or 6 years, that if I was to get a dog, it would either be like a silver lab or a husky. But I was kind of leaning more towards huskies. And, a lot of people get scared of the fluff and the fur, but I love a big old fluff ball. I don't mind. I actually enjoy brushing dogs. I find it to be really soothing, and I like it when they kind of find it soothing too, because it's like, oh, we're just outside, brushing out all your, when he's blowing his coat and stuff. And I don't mind running a vacuum around every now and again and using a lint roller to get some fuzz off of me. Like, I don't know. I love fluffy little bunnies. So I was talking to Alex, who is the owner of Maverick, this past week, and I was like, I think I'm going to start looking at getting a dog, and I'm not really sure, because I've been scrolling through, different breeders and families that were just selling dogs, kind of, not necessarily breeders, quote unquote. I've been looking at adoption sites, and, there's never been a dog that I'm like, even though I don't think I'm 100% ready, like, I'm just going to do this now because this dog just is, like, speaking to me in one form or fashion. Like, I never really felt that, even through just photos and the description, like, necessarily like a connection where I was like, I don't care, drop everything. This is, I'm making this decision because this just feels right now. I've never really felt that, even in the 3 or 4 years that I've been wanting a dog. So, or I guess even longer. But, so yeah, I was looking online, and I found this website because I was looking for puppies or dogs locally. That way I wouldn't have to like travel across state or across country to pick up a dog or anything like that. And so I was trying to be very picky, because I was like, if this is going to happen, I want it to be right. I want it to work for me, and I'm not going to just cast a huge wide net. Like, if it's right, it's right. All the things that I'm hoping that will happen will click into place, and then we'll see what happens. And I kid you not, like 30 minutes into saying this on Sunday, we had made brunch. 30 minutes into saying that, and then, or was it was Saturday? I think it was Saturday. 30 minutes into like making breakfast or brunch. Yes, it was Saturday. I came across this dog in Colorado Springs, which I'm in the Denver area, so that's about an hour and a half south of us. I'm kind of in the center of the state. And it was an all-white, half Siberian Husky, half Malamute puppy. And I won't insert any pictures yet, because I have to pick him up on Friday, and I don't want to use pictures that somebody else took of him. I don't know why, but that doesn't make sense to me. So I'll wait until I've got him home with me, and then we'll maybe do a whip and chat with a special guest. But it was just like, I stopped in my tracks. Like, I was scrolling, flipping through very casually, like, oh, that's cute. Oh, that dog's cute. Oh, what about this one? Oh, okay. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm going to keep waiting. I'm going to think on it. Like, and like the image in his face and his eyes just like I just couldn't keep going for whatever it was. Like I couldn't, like I was like, I don't even think I looked at any other dogs after that. I was like, oh my god. And I started tearing up a little bit, and his little face is so cute, and I don't want to get emotional because I don't even have him yet, but just there was something happened, something clicked that hasn't clicked before. And I went from, I'm probably not gonna like get a dog, like that's silly, or I'm not ready for it, or I need to do my research, or I need to start, really thinking about what that process looks like and make sure that I'm ready for that in my life right now. I went from being in that very like trepidatious mode to, we need to get in the car because this is my boy, so I reached out to, I waited 24 hours. I didn't want to make any rash decisions. I said, let me wait 24 to 48 hours. And in fact, I waited until yesterday to buy him. I spent 2 days just thinking about it, and then a day contacting the owner. And I don't think she's like a professional breeder by any means. I'm not really sure. I don't know if I would call her a breeder because it's all just kind of a family. I don't think there was like a company name or a breeding name or anything, and she just had some dogs listed on a local site. So I don't know what the situation is there, but yeah, I reached out to her just to walk through like how much shots he has, all of that good stuff. He'll be 12 weeks on tomorrow, so which is Thursday, and then so he'll be 12 weeks in a day when I pick him up on Friday. So he'll have just gotten his most recent shots. He'll need one more set of shots, I think a month or two from now, and then I need to research what happens after that third set. But it was just, I don't know what it was. I can't even describe to you how it just clicked where I was like, this is it. So I'm nervous. I'm very nervous, but I'm also super, super excited, and I am very emotional about it, just from the sense of like, this is, having a companion like that to go on hikes with me and do my outdoor stuff with me has been something that I've been wanting for a really, really long time, and I've only ever really had that through Maverick, through dog sitting or going on doing stuff with my friend. So I can't wait. I'm just over the moon about it, and I'm also kind of, it's unbelievable that to me that I decided to go for it, because I've been pondering the idea of having an animal for years and years. So it's finally happening. Apollo will be here in a couple of days, and we're going to spend a lot of intensive time working on training and just getting him up to speed. He's trained on the puppy pads, but he's almost to the point where he can go outside, or he's signaling that he needs to be let outside. But they said he probably needs a couple more weeks of intensive reinforcement of that for it to happen. So I'm going to make sure that I am creating space for myself to be available for him till he gets to the point where he can go outside confidently. But I know there's regression, there's going to be accidents and stuff, so I'm not expecting the world, but just give him as much as I can with what work will allow, that type of thing. So I'm lucky that I'm picking him up. Ooh, I want to stop because these drills were, I think this was the first AB drill. It's kind of like a sky blue. Look at how stuck those bad boys were. And you'll see me fuss and struggle with how to fix that. I think at one point I even tried to wrap a dryer sheet around that Sharpie to try to like de-static them. But I think it's more of that AB coating more than it is static. So you see, look at me there trying to be MacGyver. I'm gonna put that here, and I don't know what I did. It's been, this was like late last week that I filmed this. Oh, I tried to put a sticker on it, that popped off, then I put some washi tape, I think. Anyway, it didn't work, I bailed on it and just used my finger. So you can pay attention to that as you're listening to me, watch me struggle over there. Oop, and then I got that sticker stuck to the to the cover, and I don't think I noticed it until after I was done fussing, and then I was freaking out, but it was just stuck to the plastic cover, so yeah, see me messing with that dryer sheet, trying to make a little static wand, anti-static wand. Didn't work. And then I'm just like, jam my finger in there. Anyway, so very excited about the pup. My goal is to go and get all of my supplies tomorrow and Friday before I go pick him up. I'm getting off work early so I can drive down there to get him. I'm going to get some baby gates. I already have some bowls and stuff just from being, like I said, the resident dog sitter. So have some bowls, I have some toys, I have a leash. I've got a few other things here already in the house, so I can kind of work with what I have and then get some additional things for him since he's in puppydom. And then once I do, once I'm back at work after the weekend, my roommate runs his own business or owns a construction company with Alex, who is Maverick's owner, and they lease or rent some office space where Maverick goes to pretty much every day during the day while they're in the office. So now Maverick will have a little puppy friend to show the ropes on how to be a little husky baby and, how to behave himself. And so I'm hoping he'll get some training just from having an older husky who's 8 or 9, show him kind of how to do things and be with him for a good portion of the day, and then I'll be home in the evenings to continue working on training, to do walks and stuff on the weekends as well. So I'm thinking it'll work out really well. I was nervous about the work structure, being at work from 9 to 5, but I think it'll work out just fine. I'm going to try to do my best to be with him here as much as possible if work will allow some flexibility there, but I'm just going to be conservative in saying that Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, I've got to be at work, so luckily my roommate will help kind of supplement that, and then eventually we'll get him to the point where he can hang out at the house while I'm at work or, what have you, because that's definitely going to be part of, me being a working person. So I want to provide as much as I can for him, but also, I've got my full-time job as well, and I've got to pay for that dog food somehow. So if you have any tips or suggestions on how to transition to having a brand new puppy, I've never been a full-time dog owner, be sure to let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your suggestions and thoughts on it, and maybe what dog breed you have and what your experiences have been. But I think this is just going to be such a fun summer. He's 12 weeks old, or he'll be 12 weeks tomorrow, and the owner said that he's already 25 pounds. That Malamute is really... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to scare anyone who was listening. There's that giant bag of ABs, and there's me taking a picture of the giant bag of ABs, and I might snag pictures of the stains, I'm not sure. And you can see I've lined up, that looks like it's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14 containers for all those ABs. I tried jamming an entire dryer sheet in there. Was I successful? I was successful. So maybe I was. I can't tell. I'm off screen. But I really fussed with this for a little bit. I ended up I gave up. Oh, no, I didn't. I used it. Picking out some of the drills that were in there. I ended up just taking it out, pouring out what I could, and then putting a smaller dryer sheet. Yep, there you go, back in there. So we're getting close to the end. We've got a few minutes left, so I'm going to wrap it up with talking about Apollo. Oh my gosh, what was I saying? So yeah, my plans are that he'll have that time, and then once I transition to being at work full time, then we'll kind of make that transition with the support of my roommate, and then I've got the 2 roommates downstairs that should be able to, help me out too. So he'll kind of get co-parented a little bit, but I'm hoping that, I will have that really quality outdoor time, one-on-one time with him, nights and weekends time with him, to kind of establish that, I am the owner and I'm running the shots here. So, yeah, but I'm so excited for this summer to go on those outdoor adventures. Oh, that's what I was saying. So he's 12 weeks old. He's already 25 pounds. The Malamute side of him is coming out. I saw pictures of his dad, or the father, and he is the Malamute, and this dog is enormous. Like, he looks like a love seat. He's huge. So, and the mom's no small dog either. She's a very large Siberian Husky, all white Siberian Husky. So he's going to be a really big dog at that size at his age. So I can't wait though. That's kind of what I wanted. I want a big bundle of love. I want, a big old teddy bear that I can go outside and brush, and the hair is the size of a small dog. Like, I don't know. I don't know why that, a lot of people would be like, that sounds like a nightmare, but I'm like, I just want a big old fluffy bunny that just kind of, I can lay down on the ground and just like smother me, and we can do cuddles and stuff. So it's pretty much what Maverick does, but on like a large scale. Maverick's kind of a little small dog, but I think that because of his size, I do want to be careful though. I don't want to overexert him with hikes and stuff just yet. So as far as outdoor activities go that are strenuous to potentially joints and stuff, you know, jumping up and down rocks and like that kind of stuff, I'm going to hold off on that. We're going to do a lot of park play, a lot of easy trails, things that are going to put minimal impact on him until he probably hits about a year or so. That way he's got time to fully develop. I'm not putting undue stress on joints and bones that are trying to grow and get strong. I want to make sure that he has every opportunity to be as strong and healthy and as big as possible. I got a lot of recommendations for a dog food that is really high protein and really recommended for huskies, and my coworker actually has two really well taken care of huskies that just look gorgeous. Their coats are gorgeous. He's put them through pretty extensive training, so they're also very well behaved. So I also plan on doing some play dates and weekends with them too. Just once again, I think a lot of dog training is also learned behavior and social learning. So I want to make sure that he's exposed to as many well-trained dogs of either, the same breed or I guess that's not really, that's neither here nor there, but just really well-trained dogs that I think will have, will get along with him well. And so luckily I've got 3 huskies in my, friend and family vicinity that I think will be good mentors for the little guy. So I'm so excited. I can't believe I was able to talk about getting a dog, get the process of getting a dog that I don't even have yet for another 48 hours. But I'm really on cloud 9, and I feel like maybe you could hear that in my voice. I filmed my unboxing of The Captain by Diamond Art Club, as well as the Norse Alchemist diamond painting pen, that custom turned pen. I filmed that yesterday. But you're not going to see it. This will go up first. So you'll hear that next Tuesday during next Tuesday's unboxing. And oh my gosh, that was a total spoiler for what that unboxing's going to be. So if you made it this far, that's your treat, is you get to get spoiled on what's coming next week. I totally forgot my dates, but you can tell in that video, I finished it and I went back through and listened to it, and I sound like I'm just like walking on sunshine. Like I'm just so excited, and I think I went into this rant towards the end. Not a rant, but just like, and it's all true stuff, right? Like I love being part of this community, but I really was just like pouring it out there, just like opening my heart into like how much I've just loved being part of the diamond painting community and how welcoming it's been and all that stuff. But a lot of that, it was a little sickly sweet, a little sappy towards the end there, but a lot of that came from the fact that I was emotional for having just sent the funds over to secure Apollo to be my little forever pup. So anyway, I don't want to get too emotional. We're wrapping up this kit here. I think I showed a little bit of what the full-on little kit looked like, all organized. I was padding the canvas to make sure there weren't any stray drills, and now I'm pressing those containers back into their little thing there. I'm placing the legend, and the walking legend was a little too big. You see me fuss with it, and then I think I grabbed some scissors and said, not today. Not today. So I cut off the excess, popped that in there, and now that kit is ready to go. You may even see what I do with how I store this. I'm going to store this on some pant hangers and hang it in the closet so it stays nice and flat. And so on June 1st, I can grab that, lay it down, and get started on that canvas. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends and family, anyone who you think might be interested in this. And as always, happy placing. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye.